Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Be the annoying goose
you want to see in the world.
Good morning, Night Vale.
Hey there, silly goose. It's me, Symphony.
Hey there, serious duck. It's me, Hal Lublin.
Hey there, kicking chickens. It's me, Megan. How are ya? How y'all doing? What are we doing? We are here, three friends and cast members of the hit popular cult podcast, Welcome to Night Vale, are here to discuss every episode of this show painstakingly. And today we are at episode 159, Cat Show. The current time for us is Tuesday, May the 21st at 8:22 p.m. Pacific time. And that's where we are in time. And we're looking forward to catching up with you to where you are in time.
And the episode description for this episode is, it's time for the annual cat show. Let's talk about it.
Cat show.
Have you ever been to a cat show?
No, the closest I was to it was that time we were at the hotel in Phoenix that was hosting the cat show.
Oh, yeah.
And we were checking in and a lady needed some help and you helped her get her luggage cart full of cats into her room.
Full of cats. Chock full of cats.
What? How many cats?
Like, they were stacked on boxes of them, stacked on top of each other. There had to have been like at least 6 on this like rack. And then there were more still in the car.
In the trunk.
Yeah, it was like a kitty carrier situation.
No, it was like she had a minivan and she left them.
Right. A minivan full of cats.
Yeah.
So this woman is really stacking, like it feels like
stacking them.
If you go to a cat show, you should have like one cat. This woman is like playing the field. Like, I'm going to bring 80 cats and my odds of winning, it's like buying a bunch of lottery tickets, right?
She wanted to like run the gamut, like of all of them. And as we now know that there's only 4 types of cats.
Right.
Long hair, short hair, squish face, and miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm. How many of each were there on that cart?
You know what? I couldn't even see. Like, how cats scrunch up in the back of the car, in the back of their little box? Or they're like wobbling around in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really look in. I was talking to her. I just heard them. I was like, oh. But I did once. I remember this man was doing like a cat deal. Like, I think he was the breeder, and he was meeting the person that was coming to get a cat. And it was a blue, Russian blue. So it's like this like blue-eyed, super gray, like all gray all over. Beautiful cat. Beautiful cat. And he had like 3 of them, 3 kittens. And I think, Meg, you were checking in or something.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that.
But he was sitting in the chair. Oh, no, we were checking out or something. So I think you had gone to get the van.
Yeah, just out there getting a van while you guys are seeing magical kittens.
Yeah, we're having a great time. And you're like getting glass crashed down on.
Yeah, just trying to back a van out of a crowded parking lot.
Yeah. Glamour.
But yeah, cats.
Anywho, but this cat show is full of all sorts of delightful and exciting things. But one thing that we're excited about is that Kashuk gets to participate this year because they're doing it at the radio station, which they've never done before. I love that they're accommodating Kashuk because he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, what great equity there, right?
I think that's inclusivity at its finest. Unfortunately, station management is allergic to cats, which is funny because Kashuk has been there the whole time.
But yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, I know where you're going.
Kashuk's also scaly.
Right. So maybe it's because their fur, I'm saying that in quotation marks, is different. Is Kashuk actually a cat? Cecil thinks so.
I just had the same thought. Do you think Kashuk's not a cat? I think Kashuk might be like a...
Kashuk's some sort of thing that can control minds. That's all we know. Yeah. That's what we know.
Mind flayer?
After this episode.
Hang tight, guys. There's going to be some Kashuk story coming up for us.
Oh, we're going to find out?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I don't know if you know this about me, listener, but I love cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. And by cat lady, I mean I am a woman, but I'm also a cat. So...
And you have the ears to prove it.
Bitch, that's what I'm saying.
You have a cat tattoo.
I have a cat too.
A cat too? Where?
Yeah. It's on my kind of like a tramp stamp, technically.
Okay.
It's my Mambo memorial from my late love, Mambo.
Yeah.
Who was also Cecil Baldwin's personal assistant. He was terrible at his job. Meg, I'm going to give you a picture of Mambo in his personal assistant outfit to place on our Patreon.
Yes, his tie. Please do.
This is his LinkedIn picture.
Yeah, his LinkedIn picture. He was very handsome. Mm-hmm. Kind of like a tuxedo-y sort of buddy. Cecil would have business meetings with him where he would mainly like wag his finger at him. It was very, very cute. But yes, I have a cat too. I call it my Mambo memorial because it's R.I.P. Mambo Kidders Bubbers.
Yeah, you're a cat lady, but you're currently without cat.
I'm without cat, but I cat sit and I take the form of a cat occasionally.
Every cat is your cat.
Yes. Honestly, oh my gosh. I was in LA and I was on my hot girl walk and I saw this cat kind of sitting in the dirt, like under a bush, but it had a collar on. So I was like, oh, this cat is a lover, like has lovers. By that, I mean, he's owned by someone. So I sat down and I said, psst, 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 psst. And you know what that means. Come over here, kitty. Yeah. The cat came over. I had a great time. We had a nice little pet time. It was really cute. And that's how I like to live my life. People tell you to stop and smell the roses. I say stop and pet the cats.
You know, I'm a dog person, but I like to observe cats.
Okay.
I get very nervous around cats.
Really?
I will tell you why. Because they have long claws.
Okay.
And if they don't like you, the claws will go in your skin. But if they do like you, the claws will go in your skin. So the claws are going in your skin no matter what. So when I'm, and you know, when a cat, if you are not a cat person and you sit there and you're doing like the turning yourself into a wedge, like, I'm going to make myself small and you have all of the room that you want. They will come and stand on your legs. And then when you're like, all right, get off my legs. Like you don't want to try to lift them off because if they want to be there, then the claws will come out and they'll go into your skin. and it doesn't feel good. I'm just like too unpredictable for me, but I appreciate them in this world, and I love watching videos of them.
And you mean by they'll come onto your legs, you mean your lap?
Yes. Yes. My legs are forming a lap.
Hal, I'm sorry. I bet you have a great lap, and cats want to they're like, I like a comfortable situation. Sure. And I have a feeling that it's a comfortable situation over there.
I'm sure it is. For sure. But it's not, it's just too, I don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like a dog, I know what's going to happen when they jump up on my lap. Like I know, but I grew up with dogs. I didn't grow up with cats. That's probably the difference. Like I have an expectation of like what I want my relationship with a pet to be. And I think that's somewhat different. There's just a somewhat different dynamic, although cats are very loving and trainable and all that stuff. I know. Yeah, some. And then some are like, I'm here. Give me what I need, and then I'm out of here for a while. Here's my butthole. Yeah. But I just, I can't. They're not for me personally, but I appreciate them, and they're great video fodder. Just adorable. I love watching them do their thing. It's great.
Cats. I'm unfortunately allergic to cats.
Oh,
yeah.
But I think cats are cool. Iris loves cats so much. She really does. We have 2 neighborhood cats that our yard is their yard, and my orange tree is their litter box. But we've renamed them, and they are our friends. And Iris gets very excited when she sees them, which is kind of the only way we can have cats. We discovered that Iris is also allergic to cats a couple weeks back. We had our suspicions just because she's like the most allergic child, but she went to her great aunt's house and was playing with the cats and was like a feast of hives and itchy eyes and just had a little itchiness after interacting with some kittens. But she loves cats.
What about the hairless?
It's very sweet.
You could do that.
I guess we could. I don't know. I think it's the dander that you're allergic to and not the fur. I don't think it's the hair. It's like just the essence of cat.
I'm just going to tell you, a hairless cat, while they are funny because they look like turkeys, which I love, they are can be oily and kind of like leave like oil, like skin oil,
Okay.
And you have to wash them. Like they have to take baths and stuff like every week.
Yeah, I think hairless cats are super cute. I'm not skeeved out by them, which I know that some people are because it is a little weird. But I think they're cute. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, cute. I don't think a cat is in our future. We have a lot of really great neighborhood cats that we get to visit with that come by. And they go in Joseph's office, just like we'll be working and look over, and there's just a cat in there. So yeah, so we have the cat experience. We have one of the cats, actually the neighborhood cats, is one of the ones that has the thumb, the polydactyl cat, not the polydactyl cat like from this episode, which is just a spider.
But I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's just a spider.
Susan Wilman. No, not Susan. Amber and Wilson's cat. We get to hear from Amber and Wilson again. These characters that Jeffrey likes to write into the show. And we hear about their relationship every so often from Jeffrey. But yeah, they have a cat that's a fist-size orange spider. Yeah.
I'm like, so a tarantula, like a scary tarantula.
Berthold, which is a great name
for any pet, honestly. But Susan Wilman's raggedy ass cat.
Dumpster. It's a family name. Yeah. Oh my gosh, such a funny part.
The fucking reads in this one from Cecil, he was like, first of all, Cecil Baldwin was feeling himself in his acting in this one. I think.
I think he was stoked about this. This episode is so fun. It's one of my favorites.
It's super fun.
Yeah, it really is.
But he reads her down. He says, he says, not a chance, loser, under his breath at one point, which I find hilarious. And then he's like, dumpster, that's a family name. And I was like, oh. He hates that bitch, and I love it.
Yeah, so good.
I'm here for it.
So good. So we have this cat episode about the cat show, which is wonderful. But we're also advancing some season plot.
Yeah,
with the airplane, the plane that goes missing.
Yes.
Right.
This is some arc that's building. We have some episodes coming up that are taking on the tail of this. That plane that's missing is first actually mentioned in the pilot of Welcome to Night Vale. So we are going all the way back to the beginning here to tie this
Whoa.
story together.
Easter egg.
Really?
Easter egg. So we have that coming up with that series. I'm trying to remember I think there's 5 of them that are coming up in these next couple months of Night Vale NG. We'll have to have Jeffrey on to talk about them because I believe they are all written by Jeffrey. So
Awesome. Yes, we definitely should do that. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention that I thought was awesome was that we haven't had an intern in a while. And Simon Peterson, although they shove him in a 16-inch hole, but he's still alive? Question mark.
we haven't. He's not confirmed with his family. Has not been apologized to. So
Right.
Theoretically.
So I'm assuming it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. And then also these strange men from DC who are coming to investigate the plane thing. They all have weird wounds. Like the blister on the lip, the
finger,
the bloody lump on the finger, the friggin' yellow tears, the constantly bleeding nose thing. And I was like, and then the other guy just wore 3 wedding rings.
Yeah, there's just some body gross stuff happening.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just, I was imagining it like, do you remember Ren and Stimpy?
Yes.
You know when they would like zoom in really close on something, like a nose hair or something?
Yes.
I was imagining that was what was happening in my head.
Probably was.
Like on a pimple or something. It was just like really grotesque.
Yeah, it's such an interesting choice from a writing standpoint. Be like, okay, I have to build this scene but what else am I going to throw into the scene to set the tone and throw information about it? And it's just like this body horror stuff, just squidgy and uncomfortable grossness.
But I think sometimes that for me makes it very real. Like I can picture, sometimes in audio drama to fill out the room, in your head, because you can't see what's happening, you have to make it happen with the dialogue or the script or whatever. And they write this so well where I'm like, oh, I can viscerally see it, feel it, like imagine the crust and all this stuff. And it makes me sick a little bit, but I like it a little bit,
Yep.
Yeah. It reminded me of that scene in Black Swan where she has the like hangnail on her.
Oh, yeah.
She, pulls off. Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
Gives me the willy.
It's been so long since I've had to think of that movie.
Yeah.
But when stuff gives you that like shiver up your spine, because like, even though you may not have even ever felt that exact thing, you can imagine physically what that feels like.
Well, yeah.
Or at least I can.
Yeah. We all have bodies, so we all can mentally inhabit those experiences because we have the touchstone of a corporeal form.
Another thing that was brought up. What is Carlos's? We don't have Carlos's last name either.
No, Carlos does not have a last name.
The scientist.
As far as I know.
But that comes up at some point later, though. I do know that because I remember
I have to Google it.
People talked about it. I just remember the social media hubbub about it. I feel like it was recently.
Oh, okay. It's Robles.
Oh.
Okay.
Which means oak or oak trees.
Oh. As in oak doors.
Uh-oh.
It's episode 230. Carlos Explained.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Do you think, I have a question for listeners, and somebody's going to write in about this now because I'm asking about it. Do you sit there sometimes listening and go like, how, except for Meg, how is it nobody has gotten as far as we are? Like, like you would think it's a re-listen, but I'm listening to this for the first time.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the way through. You are too, Symphony. Meg, you can't help but know things that are going on. You're too close.
Yes, I'm too close. Joseph talks to me about it. I haven't listened to all of the episodes in existence of this show. I've listened to a lot of them, but not all of them. But I've heard about, Joseph talks about his work a lot, and I like to hear about it because I'm supportive of him and his journey.
Sure, of course. Yeah, I just wonder for people if that's ever weird, or they're like, oh, I like seeing it through fresh eyes. Like, I know what's happening because I've already listened to it. This is maybe my second time, third time through, and I have these people who have not listened to it at all.
Yeah.
We were busy doing it. That's why we were doing it.
There's also people who are listening to it with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's also people who aren't listening to it at all and have never listened to this episode, but for some reason listening to us talk about this episode.
I love that. I love that for them. But can I tell you, and I know I've mentioned this because of the question that you just asked, how I only listen to the episodes that I'm in, which is a funny thing. But also, I started, once I started doing the social media stuff, I've started listening to the episodes. So there's a big, long block. So, like, we won't get there for, like, 2-3 years, I think.
But then you'll be revisiting.
Yeah, then I'll be revisiting, which will be fun. I'll be much older and much wiser.
Where will we be in 2 or 3 years? Will I have made it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
If we're all still married and single, just like we are right now,
Yeah.
let's meet up back here and talk about it. How about that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I can make you that promise.
I'll be here. I'll have grown a mustache.
Unless I die.
I mean, we've been making this show for, what is it, 2024? We've been making the show for 6 years.
Shut up.
It's amazing.
No, we haven't.
It still feels new.
Right? Because we started in 2018. We started in 2018, right? Yeah.
I thought we started before that.
Did we really?
I think it was 2018.
That's,
Wow.
oh my God.
Happy 6-year anniversary. Was this close to like the actual 6-year?
It was, yeah. It was June of 18,
Wow.
I think.
You guys,
Hey, happy 6 years. Congratulations. We did it.
look at us. Look at us.
Look at us.
We're still going. We've spawned an entire subculture out of the show, too. I feel like that's what I'm proudest of.
Yeah.
Like, I love listening to the show and reviewing the performances and talking about how things are made and recapping it. But I feel like I'm proudest when I look back on the show of what we've done, what we've built around it. Like the shorthand code that people have, like if somebody says it's been 0 days, they listen to this show. They listen to the show because they know, you know what that means. They know Anonymous Poop Lady is a character on this show.
They get me every time.
That's pretty cool.
That's true.
They've tried a calzone.
They've tried, the calzone. They know their ingredients in a big calzone, and they've tried a calzone.
How many of you have tried a calzone just because you've heard us talking about it?
How many
And
of you
our
have
FanZone.
tried hydrocolon therapy because you heard it on the show, or specifically didn't because you thought
It's got to be 0. I hope it's
there's
0.
no way? I bet you one person was like, well, let me try. But like in the early days, we didn't know then.
Before APL wrote in and was like,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Before science came in and saved the day,
Don't do it.
we now, I just wonder, I wonder how, I would love for people to write in, and they do this already, but I would love to hear like something what is the way this show has changed your life, even if it's the smallest possible way. I'm just curious because I'm very proud of what we do. Like the best part for me of doing the show is I get to talk to you both on a regular basis. Like keeps us in touch it forces us to stay in regular touch with one another. Not that we wouldn't in some way, but that's like my favorite part of doing every podcast is I get to talk to my friends for a set amount of time. But I'm just curious for people listening to the show if what effect it's had. And thank you to everybody who's written in and shared that. I don't minimize what anybody's already written in with. I'm actively soliciting it.
Let us know.
I was trying to find a segue, but girl, I couldn't get there.
I couldn't either. I was like, this is just such a nice tender moment from Hal that it's hard to.
Oh, I'll just take us 5 miles
I know
out.
it's like nice, and I don't want to be like. Anyway, Hal.
Yeah, no, we're going swimming till the shore disappears. Sorry.
Yeah, they know I care for you. Anyways, so in the community calendar we have the holiday lights. Harrison Kip had Jeffrey started playing him in live shows at this point?
No. Right? No. Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that.
Because that character has pretty much stuck as one of his like character.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not playing like intern Jeffrey Craner anymore, which was fun. But I like Harrison Kidd because he's a real weirdo. But who knew he was really into Christmas?
I didn't know.
Krampus.
This is one of my favorite things too, by the way. I love a holiday light. I don't care if there are balloons that look like dead relatives or any of that. Like, I would love to.
You like holiday lights?
I make them myself. I build my own light tours. Like, we find them and go to them. We went to a farm where we paid money to walk like a mile loop, and they had lights out, and it was
fun. It's very jolly. It's fun to go look at lights.
Come on.
Also, I like when anybody's creative about decorating their house. I do the same thing around Halloween. Mm-hmm. You got good decorations, I'm going to look at them.
Yep. Let me see.
I'm going to take pictures of your house and stuff because I'll be like, that's really cool. And I think that's what people do it for too, right? For the enjoyment of everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have really good Halloween decorations. So
what's your number one? Like, what are you the proudest of?
I really like all my projected light.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks the coolest. I like the lighting the best. Like I have like my
theater majors
lights. Yeah, I like the lighting. I have my porch lights. They're all smart lights, so I can make them all be different colors and do different things. Cool. And then I have some projected purple bats. And then I have a projected green thing that says boo. And that looks cool. Yeah. And then I have like these really big lit spider webs that are dope and these pumpkins. Anyway, my lighting is good.
I love it.
I'm all lighting all day.
How's your inflatable game?
I have an inflatable wolf and an inflatable cat.
Yep.
And they're pretty cool.
That's pretty good. That's strong.
Did I get another inflatable this year? I don't know. Every year I get something new.
That's how you do
Snoopy?
it.
I feel like Snoopy there's an inflatable Snoopy for every holiday.
There
probably is. Yeah.
I mean, I think he's dressed up as something else. I've seen him, I think, dressed up as Woodstock.
That's pretty good. Or like a Linus sitting in the pumpkin patch, waiting for the great pumpkin. Or Charlie Brown on his ghost blanket that has too many holes in it.
And then there's the pub crawl, which sounds disgusting because earwigs freak me out as bugs in general. If you don't know what earwig is, look it up. It's disgusting. It's got pinchers. I've always been so afraid of them getting my hair because they can like fall from a tree or something.
Oh, and they have those pincer things on their butts.
The little pincers at the end. Yeah, and then if you're like laying down, it could crawl in your ear, and then it get caught in there, and then like. Bleh.
That's Star Trek 2. Then you're susceptible to mind control.
That's never happened to me, but that's what I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
That you know of.
But I'll be strong and wrong. But they freak me out, and I am disgusted by that. And then finally, Tamika Flynn. That's me. Tamika Flynn, our favorite charter. She has a book club where she let John Peters, farmer, choose the book, and it's just a damn manual for a mower.
A riding mower. Those things are complex.
I want one of those so bad.
Yeah, like the zero turn where you have the two handles.
You're gonna ride it around your apartment.
No, when I'm mowing the lawn at my parents' house.
Oh yeah. Get one.
It might be fun, but I don't want to spend that much money for something I'm not going to have forever. Anyway.
You could sell it again. The resale's probably great on that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you follow the guy on TikTok? He's SB Mowing. He goes to people's overgrown homes and cuts the lawn for free. But his riding mower is one he stands on, and it moves around. So it looks like on the Munsters when Herman Munster would break something and they would speed up the film.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because he speeds it up, and it's just it looks like he lost control of the mower. And he's just tried to stay on it to stop it, but it won't stop. I couldn't do that. It's too much standing. Anyway, you were saying?
You go to the traffic and there's a whole Uranus joke.
Come on.
It's, turned to be Uranus.
Yeah.
In the script, it says, for this bit, pronounce it like Uranus instead of Uranus. instead of the Uranus way.
Because, no, Uranus is the correct way to say it.
Yeah, it's what scientists will say.
But it's, even when you say it like that, it's still like, you get it. It's
Sounds
funny.
like
Stuff going in or out of your butt is funny.
Yeah, butts are funny.
I'm sorry. Diamonds in your butt? Funny.
All right, so the judges go to Judge Koshik. I love how the cats are judged. It's very, very funny visual of like stretching them out into an X and measuring their latitudinal and longitudinal points. I think that's funny. And so, so Cecil warns the judges about Koshik, but they know better. And then things get weird.
Yep.
All of the cats, the judges get all messed up, and then all the other cats are summoned.
Yeah, he zip zap zops them. He Pied Pipers them.
Zip zap zops.
And then the judges become cats.
Yeah.
In people body. And Koshik does that to them.
Yeah. That's wild that he does that. But Cecil's like, well, I told you. Anyways, but he still loves Koshik, and he put on his little gloves and he gave him his scritches. As he should.
Yeah. Even though he didn't win.
Well, no one won. So did he lose?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was a
Neither.
tie. They all lost.
Yeah.
Bunch of losers. Loser cats.
Great episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah. Really, really funny. Really fun.
Yeah. It's like best in show, but Night Vale style.
Yeah. The coked up cat.
Coked up cat.
The coked up cat. Up next, we hear from friends and fans of the show, but first, a conversation about this episode's weather, Fuzzy Disco by Talkie.
What a fun pop bop.
Yeah.
I really like the production on the song. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
The Talkie is a 4-piece indie / dream pop band from San Francisco. Okay. They have a lot of music on their Bandcamp. I couldn't quite ascertain if they are still making music, but I hope they are. They were as recently as 2021, which is a year into the future from now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I agree.
It reminded me of a lot of pop stuff, that I like.
Sure.
And I'm a pop girly, so I'm a girly pop, you know?
Yeah. Neato. Wishing them the best of luck.
In all future endeavors.
Good
Thank
luck
you
for all
your
bands, you know?
contribution.
It's a great song. They sound cool.
Also fuzzy disco.
Yeah. Sometimes there's like not much to dig into. It's just like, it's a really good song. Really enjoyed it. It kept the flow of the episode going. Because the episode's like really like not briskly paced, but it moves. There aren't as many like, in the more dramatic moments, the show can feel slower, like on purpose, because you're soaking in those moments. This one has an energy to it, and the song really sort of keeps it moving.
Yeah, this one is like almost laugh tracky sitcom-y. Like it definitely has a quick clip. The pace of this episode, which is joke to joke to joke, which is great. We love that.
We sure do.
And this song works great in that.
You know what else works great?
What?
In your tummy?
In my rum tum.
Giant calzone.
Ooh, delicious.
Let's stop ourselves up with a big bite of calzone. The FanZone Calzone.
Yum.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today, I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50 and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and one free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
First up, we have Aster in the Calzone. Hello, Meg, Symphony, and Hal. First off, I would like to ask if Symphony could read this out if it's not too much trouble. It's not. There's no trouble had. I've come to talk about the episode Cat Show, in which Cecil enters Koshek into the cat show. I was dying laughing when Cecil yells, "Stand up for yourselves, you glorified sock puppets!" And when he says he didn't hear Susan Willman's cat's name, and he just presumes that it's Dumpster, and that knowing Susan, that might be a family name. Yes, I also thought that was funny, Aster. Also, it's funny to find out that station management is allergic to cats. Speaking of station management, I have a mind cannon for how they look. I imagine them as a door at the end of a hallway with Baskerville writing on a frosted glass window that says station management, and little tentacles poking out from the door as it bulges outward with rainbow fading in the background, accompanied by a constant weird disco music. Another reason I wrote in is because I have a story of discovering Night Vale I don't think many other people do. I was on my way to the dentist when my dad started playing Welcome to Night Vale through the speakers of the car. It was the episode Sandstorm, and I loved how weird it was. I was 8, and I've been listening to it ever since. I discovered Good Morning Night Vale when I name searched Night Vale into my podcast browser to see if there was something like a discussion show. And lo and behold, there you were, right on the top of the screen. At this point, I already listened to a couple not technically child-appropriate shows, and so the language content didn't bother me. I was so happy that I had found a Night Vale discussion show, and I quickly binged most of the content. Also, some news. Recently, I had my first calzone on a flight from Georgia. Oh, I see. You bought it in the air. I bought it in the airport since the plane didn't have a dinner service, and I really loved it. P.S. My favorite Night Vale slogan is, "Anything is a piñata if you hit it hard enough." Signed, Aster. She, they, 10.
10?
10. Aster. My friend, I'm giving you a huge high five right now from the airwaves. You are awesome. Thank you for writing in, and thank you for being so cool about the potty mouth. And Aster's parents, you're cool.
Yeah, Aster, so you're so cool. Wait, this is a lovely email. It's great to hear from you, and great to hear that you're out there in the world trying calzones, and somehow there's no parental controls on your phone that allow you to download explicit podcasts. I'm happy you found your way to us, and that you enjoy Night Vale.
Yeah, Aster, when I was like 6, 7 years old, my parents let me watch National Lampoon's Vacation, which is definitely not a film for a 6 or 7-year-old to watch. But I think that there are cases where the kid, they talk about this stuff like, oh, it's bad for you. It's not. You are more mature than I am. I'm reading this as Symphony's reading. I'm reading along, but I read ahead, and I saw 10 years old. I was like, this must be a misprint, because this is the writing of a person who is way like, you are a super smart human being, and I'm glad that that you are listening to our show, because it makes me feel like we're doing something right.
What a babe.
Right? Come on. Up next, we have Caitlin, who writes, "Good morning, esteemed tri-hosts. I'm behind on listening to Good Morning Night Vale due to the demands of a new baby, so apologies if this has already been responded to. At the beginning of Good Morning, the broadcaster, there was a discussion about grapefruit and medicine interactions, and Symphony asked for a science person to contribute. I have a PhD in medicinal chemistry, and my graduate work involved the mechanisms responsible for the grapefruit interactions.
Damn.
I'm sorry to say, Hal, your acidity hypothesis is incorrect. Surprise. When a person takes a drug, the amount of time it stays and is active in the body is set by the body's metabolism, removing the medication over time. Many medicines are broken down by an enzyme called CYP3A4. Grapefruit stops this enzyme from working, so the medication stays in the body longer and at higher concentrations than intended, resulting in stronger effects. Symphony, you are right on track. Hope this helps. How about that, Symphony?
I'm a scientist. Sometimes I tell people that I'm a scientist because I have a Bachelor of Science in theater.
Yep.
In
You
theater
are.
performance. And so I'm like, I'm a scientist. So have that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that information. I love being right.
Yeah. Also, I want to thank the three of you for making this show. I started listening to Welcome to Night Vale in 2014 when my college roommate introduced me to it. Welcome to Night Vale and Good Morning Night Vale helped to get me through a lot of very tough times in graduate school, and I am loving re-listening to the show with your commentary. I've most recently listened to your response to Steph, who wrote in for number 151, The Waterfall. My graduate school qualifying exam was at the same time as hers. It felt like my entire life was completely out of my control, and I could have written the same letter that she did at that time. Listening to Symphony asking her, and it felt like asking me, to look back fondly on the person she was then hit me so hard. Recognizing in that moment how much I went through and survived and how far I've come since then had me in tears. Thank you for all that you do. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Caitlin. Symphony, you're like hitting back-to-back home runs in this one. You know your science, and you had the perfect words for people going through a stressful time. Symphony Sanders, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, sometimes that really touches my heart for real. For real, like for serious. I'm here for the sillies, right? I'm a fun time gal, but like, I don't know, it really does mean something to me when the work that I do, the silliness that I have, the whatever can help someone else, or that just help that you recognize how fucking awesome you are. So thank you. Love you. XOXO.
All right, we have Josie. Josie writes in, and this one is a long one. And I didn't cut it because your name is Josie, and that's what I call my husband. So I have affection for you. All right, this is from Josie. Josie writes, greetings, Meg, Symphony, and Hal from the magically upside-down world of Australia.
Australia.
I have sent this email in very early for episode 159, Cat Show, because I'm sure it will be a popular one. Also because time and space are weird in this country, just like in Night Vale. I also hope that you are all doing well, staying safe, and keeping healthy. I am a longtime Night Vale fan since 2013, baby, and I have seen both live shows that you have done in Brisbane. All hail. Please come back again soon.
Nice.
My many, many heartfelt thanks to you. Before I get into my thoughts about this episode, I owe you three and the rest of the Night Vale cast many thanks. I have anxiety, which I can manage mostly fine on my own, except I have a horrendous fear of driving long distances alone. As a small, not very strong young woman, I do not feel very equipped to handle any sudden car issues that can arise on a long drive. Not to mention the fear of being stranded alone and no one knows exactly where you are, which I know most women share. This might sound out of left field, but I promise it's relevant. I started my relationship with my partner, Eamon, mere weeks before the pandemic hit. He was just out of university and looking for a full-time job. It's already difficult for fresh graduates to find full-time work, but the pandemic made it much, much worse as companies had to cut costs somewhere to keep afloat. Then, just 6 months into our relationship, he got offered a full-time job in his area of study. The only downside was that his new job was in a small country town about a 6 to 7 hour drive away, which is just shy of 300 miles for context. It was incredibly difficult to balance my excitement for him as he finally found work, but also my sadness. I was terrified because there was no way of knowing what might happen to our relationship with so much distance between us. Even though we were in our early 20s, we decided that what we had together was real and worth fighting for. So we promised to keep it going despite the distance. This is where you three come in. I was still studying. Technically, I still am, but now I'm doing a research master's degree in ancient history. So whenever I had a break in between semesters and could afford to take some time off work, I would drive the 6 to 7 hours to be with him. Normally, we would only see each other once a month or every 6 weeks, which was incredibly heartbreaking, especially as I watched all of my friends share many happy moments with their significant others every day. To go visit him, I would have to get onto these big gravel highways with giant trucks carrying livestock or mining equipment, passing me at 110 kilometers per hour, which is 68 miles an hour, which that's not very fast. That's why they're passing you.
Yeah.
Anyway. You're doing great. While I drove in my little tiny purple city girl car, I was so scared and my anxiety was at an all-time high on these long drives, especially because phone reception would constantly drop out. So my fears of being stranded and no one knowing where I was were very real. What kept me calm and got me to my destination was you three. I would put on Good Morning Night Vale and I would actually talk back to you. I would tell you my thoughts and feelings about whatever you were talking about. Food, the weather, or colon hydrotherapy. Parentheses, not for me, thanks. Close parentheses. It made me feel not quite so alone and calmed my anxiety so that I could drive safely. Every episode of your show was precious to me and I would save them up for my drives. I cannot thank you all enough for being there for me through some of my worst moments on the highway, where it was not possible to call anyone else. Thank you for keeping me company and for keeping me alive on those drives. I am now incredibly happy to report that we now live together in the city because he was able to get a new full-time job back home. We've been together for over 2 years now, and our relationship could not be stronger. Long distance was the hardest thing I've done in my life, but I would do it all again just to keep having the love that he brings to my life. I know our love story together will only continue to grow, like Cecil and Carlos when he returned from the desert otherworld. I completely resonated with Grumpy Cecil, who missed Carlos when they were apart. Thanks to Joseph and Jeffrey for portraying some real-world relationships with their very own relatable challenges. Now moving on to Josie's thoughts about Cat Show.
Okay.
Cat Show. Now onto the episode. I am a longtime cat lover. I have one gorgeous furry baby called Ray, who is sitting and watching me type this email. She is not named after the Star Wars character. She's named after the ancient Egyptian sun god Ra, and she currently acts like a god incarnate. I have attached some of her cutest pictures for you. I 100% vibe with Cecil's unbreakable belief that his cat is the best. I feel this way, and I'm sure so many other pet owners do. When I listened to this episode again, I found it funnier than the first time around, because we know so much more about Kashik, or should I say Silas, the handsome art thief. This is spoilers for you and
okay.
Yeah. I have always said I would love to be a house cat. No responsibilities, tons of pats, lots of naps, and having someone bring you all your meals. But now I can't help but imagine being turned into a house cat like Silas was, even if it is a super cool Night Vale house cat with tentacles and poison, only to be taken to a cat show by your owner and poked and prodded into showing your teeth and stretched out to be measured. The line where Cecil says that the 4 judges each hold a cat paw to stretch the cat out for measuring honestly made me gag. Silas was already mad enough about being turned into a cat and then having to go to the vet. I can't imagine that he would reflect fondly on the cat show either. My favorite FanZone Calzones are when you 3 actually answer questions about you. This was when I was able to talk back to you on my drives the most. I love getting to know more about you. So my questions for you 3 are, if you had to get turned into a house cat, what breed of house cat would you be and what color? Who are your ideal owners? And if you were taken to a cat show but still had your human sentience, how would you handle it? Would you be an absolute diva and prance around for the judges to get that first place ribbon? Would you maim someone? It would honestly make me so happy if you chose me for the FanZone Calzone. Either way, it's great to finally have a conversation with you instead of talking to you in my car. I have so much love in my heart for you 3. You have supported me through some of the most terrifying experiences of my life and gave me untold amounts of comfort. I know that there are so many more of us out there whose lives are better for having you in them. Much love, Josie. Josie, thank you so much. I used to also have really terrible driving anxiety, like so bad. Like I couldn't drive. I had to if someone else was driving, I had to lay down in the back seat. It was not good. It was a very bad story, but, I got over it. It was, I had to learn how to drive to get from my job to my other job. And so I figured it out. And now I drive a lot and I'm not afraid of it at all. So I know that it's scary and I know that it is something that is possible to overcome. But until you are overcoming it, we're happy to be keeping you company in the car. And thank you for writing in on that. And thanks for the questions. If I turned into a house cat, what kind of cat? I don't really know my cat breeds, but I would be orange. I would imagine I would look like Garfield if I had to. My ideal owner is Symphony Sanders. And if I was taken to a cat show but still had my human sentience, how would I handle it? I'd be nervous. I think I would be nervous to have my physical attributes poked and prodded. I'm no pageant girly.
I think you all know the answer to this, but I would probably, because this is my ideal cat, so this is who I'd be. I would be a Maine Coon lady, real fluffy. My ideal owners would be I don't know, somebody who'd be a simp for me. That's all I care about. I'm like, I want snuggles and love as a cat. And then I want them to be like, okay, leave her alone when she's in her perch or whatever. I want them to like make up backstory about me. If I was taking a cat show, I would be prancing, fancy prances. And I would sit there and I would flick my tail and then I would give a look over my shoulder. My name would be like Princess or something. Princess.
I would be a ragamuffin.
Yes.
Striking blue eyes. I would also want Symphony to be my owner because Symphony, clearly that is a haven for cats. I'm hyper competitive, like hyper competitive. When I get I was talking about this before we went on air. I got a Fitbit because I had to put myself, the only way for me to exercise regularly is to be in a competition, like with no one but myself. I have to hit this number. So I get really competitive about it. Like I know that's what drives me. So I would be the best behaved cat at that show. That people because I would want people to be talking about, like, what an incredible cat. I'm always afraid cats are going to sink their claws into my legs when I'm sitting down, aka lap. But this cat, I think, would never do that. And I would try to win. I would try to win in categories that I was not entered in. I would be like showing up when other cats were competing, just sort of like coming, like leaning in, going, meow, to try to win because for some reason, that equates to me with me having value. So there you go. Is that too much information for you?
I think that's what Josie wanted to know. We have to be real.
That's what you want to know, Josie?
We're keeping them company while they're afraid. You have to be real. There can be no pretense.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you also very much for listening. Thank you also very much for writing in. Thank you to all the cats out there. The next episode we're going to be talking about is called The Weather. And until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions or to tell us about your cat. This show is powered by our patrons like M, Matthew de Betancourt, Molly Gaines, Nathaniel Philippin, and Nathaniel Grubbs. If you're interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper cool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. Calzone ingredient of the week is cats.
Meow.
Meow.